The highly anticipated rematch between undisputed light heavyweight champion Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol is set for February 22nd, 2024 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, headlining what is expected to be one of the most exciting boxing cards in history.
One more questions. The rematch with Bivol, is it for all the belts or because the IBF have said you should fight Michael Eifert in a defense? Is it for all the belts or without IBF?
I think yes. I think for all the bouts. All bouts.
And there's talk as to whether it's the main event or not. Is it the main event, your fight with Dmitry Bivol?
I think yes.
Why?
Because this fight card got announced, and look, I know you guys like your boxing, but this is by far the greatest fight card I've ever seen in my life. Like by far. Like
Really?
nothing comes close to it.
They know what they're doing out there, don't they?
In the 80s, nothing.
After Beterbiev's majority decision victory over Bivol in their previous bout, Saudi power broker Turki Al Sheikh, who had scored the fight for Bivol, announced the rematch. This event, dubbed the Last Crescendo, will feature an incredible undercard packed with exciting matchups that are sure to thrill boxing enthusiasts.
The 116-112 card was strange, in my opinion, for Beterbiev. But like, if you've got Beterbiev winning by a round or two, it is what it is. It's what you like. I know it's the old saying of what you like in boxing, but it really is the case. I mean, I'm sure Turki Al Sheikh will run that fight back due to just simply the quality of the fight.
In the original bout, which took place in October, Beterbiev emerged victorious, showcasing his power and tenacity, which has made him a formidable champion. Bivol, known for his technical skill, put up a valiant effort, but many believe that he was slightly edged out, especially in the later rounds, where Beterbiev's aggression and dominance came to the forefront. The result sparked much debate, with some arguing that Bivol did enough to win, while others felt that Beterbiev's relentless style was too much for the Russian boxer.
Brilliant night, wasn't it? Great fights, really real quality fights. The main event was a brilliant main event. I thought it was both guys' attributes were on display, and I just thought it was something extra special. But I thought that Bivol won it by a couple of rounds.
I think that's the general consensus online. I just spoke to him and he said he feels empty.
Yeah, I'm sure he's very disappointed. I think the judge who gave him 4 rounds out of those 12, I don't know what he was watching.
Like I just said over there, it's at least a draw, and they should respect the champions, both of them. Not taking anything away from Beterbiev. He did a great job. He was coming forward. But at the end of the day, if you count the cleaner landed punches, I think Dmitry won the fight.
Did you feel like even whilst he was fighting on the back foot, there was so much success from Dmitry that, them judges that maybe we're looking at the aggression of Beterbiev, didn't look at the back foot, good work from Bivol.
Like I said again, you can't only look at aggression. You got to look on the landed punches. People always talk, some judges like people coming forward, or other judges like people coming backwards. But why is it always that our guys are the ones that, there's always a justification? Like, he wasn't coming forward, or he was going backwards. I mean, what do they expect? That somebody's going to push Artur back? I mean, you got to box him. That's the way you win a fight like that. You got to box, and that's what Dmitry did.
.com, Conor Ben, how did you score that fight?
Beterbiev winning the fight. I see a lot of people online saying Bivol had won it. People I know who are watching the fight on TV said Bivol had won it. Beterbiev winning the fight. I think Bivol started off fast, won the early rounds, started slowing down, and Beterbiev started really dominating.
Think a rematch is granted?
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it goes any other way. I think Beterbiev just puts, applies pressure and hunts his prey down.
Me personally, I thought Bivol pulled it off by, 7-5, very close. I thought he pulled it off. I thought he won the first 3 rounds. I think with his combinations moving around, and I think he still won a few more rounds after that. Using that, that technique, beating him to the punch. And in the late rounds, there was a few moments where he was able to back him up, and that's when he was a little successful. But Beterbiev kept putting pressure, and even though Bivol was blocking a lot, he stayed busy. He stayed busy throwing punches.
The controversy surrounding the decision has made the announcement of a rematch even more thrilling for fans and analysts alike. The upcoming fight is not only about personal redemption for Dmitry Bivol, but also about securing his legacy as one of the best in the light heavyweight division. Bivol's only professional defeat came at the hands of Beterbiev, and his desire to avenge that loss is clear. With all 4 light heavyweight belts once again on the line, the rematch will be a chance for Bivol Bivol to prove that he can adapt, learn from the mistakes of their first encounter, and reclaim his position at the top.
I want to say thank you everybody who was supporting me, who believed in my skills, and I want to say sorry that I didn't do perfect and I didn't get my belts, but I hope I will have a chance. How Eja saying, how His Excellency told that he wants to make it, and I hope I will do better. I hope.
However, Beterbiev is a force to be reckoned with, and he remains the undisputed champion for a reason. His knockout power, which has become his trademark, makes him one of the most dangerous fighters in the world. The clash between these two fighters, who represent the pinnacle of skill and power in the light heavyweight division, is set to be a spectacle.
I'm not concerned about the fight. I'm more concerned about, like, you know, if be honest, I always more critic of myself. And even all my last 20 fights, because of luck, I win them by KO. I'm always complain about my skills, performance, you know. That's why I don't like what I did. I mean, I want to do more, better, always.
Many in the boxing community have weighed in on the significance of the rematch. Prominent figures from the boxing world have shared their thoughts on what could unfold on fight night. For them, the appeal of the rematch goes beyond just the two fighters. It is about the legacy of the light heavyweight division, which is currently one of the most competitive in boxing.
This time I'm hoping he'll go out and do what he did and box smart, but I'm hoping he'll look for the kill. And I know Bivol probably understands he wants to win this time, he's going to probably look for the kill.
Hearn has been particularly vocal about the controversy surrounding the first fight. He believes the decision was far from clear-cut, with many boxing fans and analysts feeling that Bivol may have done enough to win. In his view, the rematch is necessary to settle the debate once and for all. He emphasized that there are no other significant challenges for Beterbiev at the moment, making the rematch with Bivol the only logical next step.
They're just incredible fighters. But I find it sickening that after a lifetime of hard work, Dmitry Bivol is not undisputed champion tonight. He won that fight. I struggled to find anybody on our road, a row behind, on the TV rows, who didn't score the fight to Dmitry Bivol. To find a judge give that fight 116, 112 and give Dmitry Bivol 4 rounds in that fight, this judge should never work in the sport again. And I'm sorry, and everything you're going to get out, Dmitry, is I can do better. It's boxing. I take the judge's scorecard, but I don't buy it.
Eddie, I was surprised by the decision, but just
a joke.
Say that again.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
They knew. They told him in the 10th round, you have to knock him out to win this fight.
Who told him, the corner?
Yeah, it's on TV.
Yeah.
They're all standing in the corner. The fight's over. We're in the Bivol's corner. I'm looking around. They are like this. How could you score that fight 8-4 to Artur Beterbiev? Unbelievable. Terrible decision. Terrible decision.
What can be done? What are you guys gonna do to?
Listen, hopefully His Excellency will do the decent thing and give both Bivol a rematch. It was a masterclass performance in what was an amazing fight. I don't want to disrespect Artur Beterbiev because he's an incredible champion, but he did not win that fight. Dmitry Bivol won that fight.
The demand for a second fight has been amplified by the involvement of Saudi Arabia, which has become a major player in the global boxing scene, and their support has played a key role in making this rematch a reality. The fight will take place in Riyadh, adding an extra layer of excitement and significance to the event.
But I think Bivol win more than 2 rounds more. I don't know why the result like this, but in my opinion, I will focus and I will try to do the rematch.
I was just about to say that. We know that you are all about making the best fight possible.
If they accept, we will do it.
Boxing analysts like Gareth Davies have also weighed in, noting that Beterbiev's victory in the first fight was hard-earned, but it wasn't without its challenges. Davies observed that Bivol controlled the early rounds with his technical boxing, but as the fight progressed, Beterbiev's power began to take over. While Bivol was able to impose his style in the first few rounds, he struggled to maintain control in the later stages. The rematch is expected to be more competitive, with Bivol likely to come in with a different strategy, learning from the lessons of the first encounter.
But I think this is arguably the greatest card of all time.
Yeah, I was looking, because
the past 18 to 24 months, we've often had this conversation of, wow, look at this card. When have we seen this? We saw the LA card, Terence Crawford, Madrimov card. But this one, every single fight is 1,000,000% a pay-per-view in some part of the world. Whichever way you look at it.
I completely agree with that. It's Beterbiev and Bivol, and yet it's what every dyed-in-the-wool boxing purist wants to see again. And we're going to get another extremely close fight. I think Bivol will be slightly more active. I know I've jumped into the analysis. It's going to be slightly more active at the early and late parts of rounds, and I think he's going to pip it this time, even though Roy Jones Jr. is telling Artur Beterbiev on his tour of the UK at the moment.
Another interesting perspective comes from Roy Jones Jr., who believes that Bivol's technical skills were the reason why Beterbiev struggled in their first fight. Jones, who is known for his own exceptional boxing technique, feels that Beterbiev's knockout power wasn't as effective against Bivol as it has been against other opponents. According to Jones, Beterbiev may have underestimated Bivol's ability to disrupt his rhythm. Jones also stated that Beterbiev is a special talent, known for his composure and ability to adapt during fights. However, he believes that if Beterbiev wants to secure a more decisive victory in the rematch, he needs to be more aggressive and take full advantage of his power. On the other hand, Carl Froch, another former champion, initially had Bivol winning the first fight. However, after rewatching the bout, Froch has shifted his opinion and now believes that Beterbiev deserved the victory. Froch's comments reflect how close and contentious the first fight was, and how difficult it is to pick a definitive winner. As a result, he is looking forward to the rematch, which he believes will be a more intense and active fight from both fighters. Froch also pointed out that the first fight had an impact on the judges' decisions, particularly in the later rounds, when Beterbiev appeared to gain the upper hand.
Now, Bivol didn't get the decision. I thought he'd won when I watched it on the night. Beterbiev obviously won. He's unbeaten. Most of his fights have come by knockout. He went the distance with Bivol for the first time. After watching it back, I just think that Beterbiev maybe did deserve to win.
Adi Oladipo expressed his admiration for the lineup, highlighting how every fight on the card has the potential to deliver excitement. Oladipo's enthusiasm for the event is contagious, as he believes that the combination of talent and high-stakes matchups will create a night of boxing unlike any other. His comments have sparked a wave of excitement among fans, who are eagerly awaiting the February 22nd event.
Talking to the best light heavyweights of all time, the first fight was so good. It's all the belts, every single belt in the division. I mean, Dubois' rise in the last year has been great, and look, he'll be a good co-main event, but I think even he knows the two best in the world have to go first. I mean, Beterbiev is pound for pound number 4 or 5, Bivol number 6. These are two of the best, and they have to go first. And you know, if you're Dubois, look, Dubois' run, by the way, just quickly to mention him.
Frank Warren has also praised the card, calling it a game changer for the sport. He believes that the event will set a new standard for boxing promotions, with its star-studded lineup and intense rivalries. Warren's excitement reflects the universal anticipation surrounding the rematch and the entire fight card, which is packed with potential showdowns across multiple weight classes.
Headlined by the rematch between Artur Beterbiev and Dmitry Bivol, just a few months on from their incredible dust-up in October. That fight alone would have been enough to satisfy boxing fans, but this time they've gone all out, as the undercard is incredible. It includes Daniel Dubois defending his IBF heavyweight title.
In addition to the fighters involved in the main event and co-main event, fans are also excited about the undercard, which features some of the most promising talents in the sport. In the co-main event, IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois will defend his title against Joseph Parker. Dubois, coming off a remarkable 5th-round knockout of Anthony Joshua, will face Parker, who is riding a 5-fight win streak following a loss to Joe Joyce in 2022.
That's going to be a great fight, but I love the Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker fight.
Yeah.
You know, Daniel's coming to his own now. He's shown what he's all about. He's suddenly hit maturity, not just physically, but mentally. And he's in with a live opponent and someone who, you know, comes to fight and is on a bit of a roll. He's resurrected his career, so I think that's going to be great.
Another key fight will see Shakur Stevenson take on undefeated Floyd Schofield, a matchup that follows some recent social media exchanges between the two. While Schofield, at 22 years old, is stepping up to face one of the best in the division, Stevenson, who is known for his exceptional speed and defensive skills, will look to maintain his dominance after recovering from a hand injury that kept him out of the ring for a portion of 2024. The card also features a thrilling middleweight contest between WBC champion Carlos Adames and rising star Hamza Shiraz. Adames, on a 6-fight win streak, will defend his title against Shiraz, who remains unbeaten with 17 knockouts and 21 wins. Another highly anticipated bout will pit Virgil Ortiz Jr. against Israil Madrimov, though the outcome of Madrimov's upcoming fight in December could determine whether Ortiz gets the opportunity to face him in February or another opponent such as Xander Zayas. The heavyweight division will also be in the spotlight as Zhilei Zhang faces undefeated German fighter Agit Kabayel for the vacant WBC interim heavyweight title. The winner of this matchup could secure a title shot against the victor of the Dubois-Parker fight. Lastly, the night will kick off with a significant fight between Joshua Buatsi and Callum Smith, with Buatsi looking to take a step closer to a title shot against the winner of Beterbiev Bivol 2 should it turn into a trilogy.
And then you've got that. From a British point of view, you've got Buatsi in there with Callum Smith. Yeah. That's a cracking little fight. And then you go down the card. You look at Hamza Shiraz, who's with us. He's challenging Adames for the world title. Cracking fight. Really a spectacular fight. Then you look at the American involvement. Shakur Stevenson's on there against Schofield. Ortiz in there against Madridov. I mean, these are real good quality fights. And then you top it off and add into it Zhang against Kabayel. What a cracking heavyweight fight that is. This is spectacular.
With the February 22nd event rapidly approaching, the excitement is palpable. Fans are eagerly discussing the potential outcomes of the rematch, with many wondering whether Bivol can adjust his strategy to finally overcome Beterbiev's immense power. Some believe that Bivol will use his technical skills to outbox Beterbiev, while others are convinced that Beterbiev's knockout power will once again be the deciding factor. The debate continues to rage, with every boxing expert offering a unique perspective on the fight.
The two best in the world have to go first. I mean, Beterbiev is pound for pound number 4 or 5, Bivol number 6. These are two of the best and they have to go first.
David Benavidez has also expressed interest in facing Beterbiev and Bivol. Benavidez, who recently moved up in weight, is eyeing a future bout with the light heavyweight champion, and his comments about the first fight have added another layer of intrigue to the rematch. Benavidez believes that Bivol did enough to win the first fight, but he also acknowledged that Beterbiev's power was a significant factor.
I thought it was a really good performance, but he does leave himself open a lot. I feel like I could have a lot of success with him, and I would love to fight him in the future. He leaves his body open a lot, and he's really, you can really hit him a lot with combinations. So, I mean, it would definitely be an extremely tough risk or a tough task. I would want to go up to 175 and see how it is first before I go to the main guy, but I think 175, I'm going to be even more stronger and faster. Yeah, I think Bivol's movement and how he fights and how disciplined he is, I think he has what it takes to be Beterbiev.
Canelo wasn't able to do it, sort of the same thing. Do you think you're the right Mexican to beat Bivol down there?
I sparred Bivol a lot, so I know what happens in those sparring sessions. So yeah, I can beat him.
You think you're the guy?
I can knock him out.
As the rematch approaches, one thing is certain. Fans and analysts alike are eagerly anticipating what promises to be a thrilling contest. Whether Bivol can undo Beterbiev's victory, or if the champion will once again prove his dominance remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, the fight will be a historic moment in boxing. So what are your thoughts about this fight? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.